Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
Leave us something to chat about.
In Polk County, Florida, this illegal immigrant is about to get the jolt of his life.
Stop tensing.
And for his actions, this electrician is going to catch a charge of his own.
You're refusing to be on TV. You're going to be on television. That's going to happen.
I hope you're enjoying this free full episode of Takedown on our YouTube channel, but there's something you need to know. There are literally hundreds of new episodes either in production or on our streaming channel right now, uncensored. Watch TruBlu.com. Use the code YouTube25 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50, or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off. Also, and this is very important, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on TruBlu.
It's another day in Polk County, Florida for our latest investigation to identify and apprehend potential child predators. Lieutenant Bobby Kirkpatrick leads the investigation and understands all too well the immense commitment required physically and mentally on the part of his team.
These investigations are all consuming for you and your team.
Absolutely.
You get nothing else done.
No, absolutely. So it's a full-time and then some task during the course of the operation. We all take time away from our families, obviously. Again, you can imagine 16, 18-hour days that we're working. Leaves very little time to see wives and husbands and boyfriends, girlfriends, children, etc. So we do, again, make certain that our people have adequate time leading into the investigation and then immediately at the conclusion of it to spend some extra time there together. But we certainly ask a lot of our folks during the course of the operation to commit to this.
Under ominous skies that foreshadow what's to come, at the Sting House, I get filled in by a chatter who's been communicating with a man looking for sex with an underage girl.
So what do we know about this fella?
He's a 24-year-old Hispanic male by the name of Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
So he messaged me last night. Conversation continued till today. He wanted to meet last night to get McDonald's coffee, which led to the conversation continuing to today, where he wants to be my boyfriend and kiss me. And then he doesn't want to get in trouble. He wants to kiss me a lot, and you want more. I asked if I was a virgin. I said no. And then he said we can use protection. It won't hurt. He said we can take a bath and he'll go slowly. It'll be very delicious, and that he wants to make it enjoyable.
Do we know anything about his background? Does he have a criminal history of any sort?
He's been arrested here in Polk County, I believe, for, I want to say, some sort of battery charge.
Got it. And do we know what he does for a living?
Electrician, actually.
Electrician.
Because he said he was going to go to work for the hurricane tomorrow. Which might not happen.
He's saying that he may have to work as an electrician during the hurricane.
Yes.
But up until then, he's willing to come over here and meet a 14-year-old girl for sex.
Yes.
Take a bath, go easy.
Yes, watch movies, hang out, get to know each other, and have sex.
And so as far as we know, he's how far out?
He hasn't said.
Got it. But he's got the address?
Yeah.
And you're just waiting to hear back from him?
Yeah.
Got it.
He just asked me for a picture before entering the shower.
So he's going to take a shower and come here? Is he a citizen, do we know?
I couldn't find anything to confirm or deny that.
Got it.
But it looks like it's going to be leaning more towards the no.
And any idea what country he's from?
Yes, sir.
Leave us something to chat about.
Not only do we have surveillance cameras throughout the neighborhood, but Polk County Sheriff's Office deputies are strategically positioned in the surrounding area. We wait for signs of Ezekiel's arrival. We don't have to wait long.
You never really know until they get here, but we just learned that the pickup truck Ezekiel is apparently driving hit on one of the surveillance cameras. So he's probably within 2 miles of here.
The decoy, who we've blurred for her safety, monitors the front door. The arrest team is poised and ready for the takedown.
Hands at your back! Roll over! Now! Hands your back! Now! I got one. Hands behind your back! Give me your hand! Give me your hand! Give me your hand!
Got it. Got it.
Stop tensing. Stop tensing.
Okay, I got it.
Tuck your leg in.
Bring your leg up.
Bring your leg up.
Come on. 1, 2. Inside.
Ezekiel is brought inside and searched.
Yeah, go ahead. Front right pocket. Condoms. Phone. Right back pocket. Wallet. Spray lights. You should be good.
He's next taken upstairs, where he waits to be processed by a detective. I take it all in as Ezekiel tells his story through a translator. Then it's downstairs for Ezekiel and time to meet me.
Ezekiel, tomar asiento, por favor. ¿Habla inglés?
No.
No. ¿Eres ciudadano de Estados Unidos?
No.
No. ¿Qué país?
Mexico.
Mexico. Are you here legally or illegally?
Illegal.
Illegally.
Yes, sir.
¿Cuántos años?
10 years.
10 years.
Now, we have reason to believe that Ezekiel understands English perfectly well. The question is, how difficult will he make it on me?
And what do you do for a living? What is your job?
Electricista.
Electrician.
Yes, sir.
And where do you work as an electrician?
Excuse me?
Where do you work? ¿De dónde el trabajo?
Aquí en Poinciana.
Poinciana?
Sí, señor.
¿Cuántos años la chica aquí?
Ella me dijo 19.
14?
19. Ella me dijo 19.
Sí, sí.
Y después me dijo que tenía 14.
¿Tiene hijos o hijas?
Sí, señor.
¿Hija?
Hija.
¿Cuántos años?
7.
7.
Sí.
¿Dónde es su hija?
Mi hija es de aquí, de Winter Haven.
Sí.
Casa.
Seems like Ezekiel is sticking to Spanish, so I get some help from a sheriff's office translator.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for helping out.
Yep.
What were you doing here tonight?
¿Qué estabas haciendo aquí esta noche?
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta?
Can you ask a question?
Sure.
¿Por qué me están grabando?
Why are you recording him?
This is for a television show.
Es un show de televisión.
Ok. Me niego a salir en un show de televisión.
He refused to be on your show.
Y me
Well-
apego a la cuarta enmienda.
¿Cómo?
Y me apego a la cuarta enmienda de mi derecho. Guardar silencio.
¿Sabes quién soy?
No.
I'm Chris Hansen.
Él es Chris Hansen. ¿Sabes quién es él?
No sé.
He might not know who I am, but he knows he's in big trouble.
You talked to somebody online who you thought was a 14-year-old girl.
Tú hablaste con una muchacha que tú pensabas que tenía 14 años.
Me apego a la cuarta enmienda y hablé con los detectives.
And so you already talked to the detectives. He doesn't want to answer any questions.
Well, you gave up your right to privacy when you walked into this room. And it would be good for people to know why you did this and help me to understand why you did
Hay
this.
que entender y la gente va a querer saber que por qué tú hiciste esto.
Cometí un error
You made a mistake.
por curiosidad.
Curiosity. He was curious.
Nunca he hecho esto antes
You never done this before.
y no lo volveré a hacer.
You will never do it again.
Y Me niego a ser grabado porque es mi derecho.
And he's refusing to be recorded because this is his right.
It is not your right in this country to refuse to be recorded.
Dice que no es tu derecho que no va a ser grabado en este país.
If,
Porque cuando tú entras a esta casa,
how would you feel if a man came to your house to do this to your daughter?
¿cómo tú sentirías si un hombre había llegado a tu casa y quería hacerle eso, lo que tú le querías hacer a esa niña?
No le quería hacer nada
He didn't want to do
porque
anything.
yo pensé que tenía 19 y si hubieras visto que es menor de edad me hubiera ido a mi
He
casa.
thought she was 19.
She told you she was 14.
Ella te dijo que tenía 14 años.
Me apego a la cuarta enmienda a guardar mi derecho.
He has his right.
No quiero contestar preguntas. Thank
He
you.
doesn't want to answer any questions.
Translator or not, what Ezekiel doesn't seem to understand is that I have seen the transcripts.
You told her not to tell her parents.
Tú le dijiste a ella que no le dijera a los papás.
No voy a contestar ni una pregunta
He's not
sin un
gonna answer any
abogado.
questions without his lawyer.
You said you wanted to take a bath with her
Tú dijiste que te querías bañar con ella.
and you would be gentle about having sex. You said that in the text.
Tú dijiste todo eso en los textos.
Me niego a responder alguna
He
pregunta.
refuses to answer any questions.
Me niego a ser grabado
He refuses to be recorded.
porque me están grabando sin mi autorización, sin
He
haberme
recorded him
preguntado.
without his permission.
That's not how this works.
Eso no es así de ser.
When you walked into this
Tú
house
tratas esta casa
to have sex with a 14-year-old child,
para tener sexo con una niña de 14 años.
you gave up any reasonable expectation of privacy.
Quiere decir que tú no tienes ningún derecho o expectación de privacidad.
So now I need you to tell me
O él decir que tú le digas a él,
why you thought this was something that was okay to
porque tú
do.
crees que esto es ok. Esto, lo que querías hacer tú con ella.
Me apego a la cuarta enmienda
Entonces,
de guardar mi derecho.
he has rights. He doesn't want to answer any questions.
Don't you think a 14-year-old girl has rights?
¿Tú no crees que una niña de 14 años tiene derechos?
Me apego a la cuarta enmienda en guardar silencio.
He wants to remain silent.
What do you think should happen to you,
¿Qué
Ezekiel?
tú crees que tiene que pasar contigo?
Me apego a la cuarta enmienda a guardar mi silencio.
Do you think this is just going to go away by not explaining your
¿Esto va a
position? here?
desaparecerse? ¿Que tú crees que no van a tener que responder por lo que has hecho?
Yo voy a responder con ustedes.
He said that he's just going to deal with the law.
You will be on television.
Tú vas a estar en televisor.
We are going to tell the story of how you came here to have sex with a 14-year-old
Yo
girl.
voy a decir la historia que como tú llegaste a esta casa a tener sexo con una niña de 14 años.
Now is your chance to explain your side of the
Esta
story.
es tu chance para explicar.
Me niego a salir en televisión
He's refusing to be on TV.
You're going to be on television.
Vas a estar en el televisor.
That's going to happen.
Eso va a pasar.
So you might as well tell me what was going on in your mind
me
that
apego
made you think this was okay to do.
a
Ezekiel,
guardar silencio.
No.
No quiero seguir hablando con
He
él.
doesn't want to
Gracias.
talk to you. Thank you.
While Ezekiel isn't answering any of my questions, I'm not done with him just yet.
¿Podríamos seguir?
He wants to go.
I'll take a bath. I'll go with you, and I'll do it very slowly, but it will be very delicious.
Vas a tomar un baño con ella. Va a ser bien delicioso.
I'll kiss you a lot,
Él te va a
and you'll
besar
want more.
mucho. Vas a besar mucho a ella.
You're still a virgin.
Tú todavía eres una virgen.
If you want, we could do it with protection.
Si tú quieres, podemos usar protección.
No, it won't hurt you. I know how to do it so
No te va a dar
it doesn't hurt you.
Yo sé cómo hacerlo para que no te duela.
You say all this to somebody who you thought was a 14-year-old
Tú
girl.
gritas eso a una persona que tú creías que tenía 14 años.
Me apego a la cuarta enmienda de guardar silencio.
He wants to remain silent.
Señor, ¿me puede llevar, por favor?
Is your person connected?
Thank you so much.
Do you want to say anything else to me?
¿Quieres decir algo más? ¿Esto es lo que quieres decir?
Es todo lo que quiero decir. Gracias.
No quieres decir nada más.
Nada más.
Entonces, anything else. Thank you.
One question.
Una pregunta.
What would have happened, Ezekiel, if we weren't here and a 14-year-old girl was
¿Qué
here?
pasaría si ellos no estuvieran aquí y una niña de 14 años estuviera aquí? ¿Qué hubiera sucedido?
Me hubiera ido a mi casa.
He would have gone home.
You would have gone home.
How am I to believe that?
¿Cómo él te va a creer eso?
Me guardo silencio. ¿Pueden llevarme, por favor?
Please, just to remain silent.
All right.
Thank you.
Ezekiel, thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel seemed to think that by not answering any more questions, his problems would go away. But as you may imagine, Ezekiel's problems are just beginning.
Ezekiel, who is not 24 as he said online, but actually 30, is charged with unlawful use of a communication device, traveling to meet after using a computer to lure a child, attempt to seduce, solicit, lure, or entice a child believed to be 14 or younger. Ezekiel was also charged with not having a valid driver's license. During the Cyber Guardian investigation, Hurricane Milton was heading towards Florida with devastating force. But for Ezekiel, who is in this country illegally from Mexico, it was time to try to meet an underage girl and sexually exploit her. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd makes it known that not only is he tough on those committing crimes against children, but especially those who are in this country illegally looking to do harm to our children. Ezekiel is in this country illegally. He's apparently an electrician, and on one particular evening, he was leaving his home where he has a 7-year-old daughter, apparently, and was supposed to be going to work in preparation for things he had to do in relation to the oncoming hurricane. Yet here he sets up this meeting with a 14-year-old girl, a rendezvous where he's going to sexually assault, exploit this child.
Chris, isn't it curious that he sent his daughter and his wife to North Carolina to avoid the hurricane, and immediately goes online to look for a child to sexually batter? Mom and daughter are out of the way, so I'm going to go find this 14-year-old young girl, this child, and sexually batter her. And the fact that I'm here in this country illegally, you would think would cause him to behave. Not so. He's still locked up because we have an ICE hold on him, and he needs to be deported, but not until he sits in prison and pays for trying to sexually assault children.
Why is it important, Sheriff, that someone like Ezekiel get prosecuted and, if convicted, incarcerated here before being deported? Why not just deport him and get him out of the country?
Well, Chris, you know good and well if we deport him, then the southern border is an open border. There is no immigration policy. So he'll be right back in the country very quickly. So if we don't lock him up and we simply deported him, just as soon as he could, he'd be back across the border in this country, putting our children at risk again. So we must lock them up and hold them accountable and then deport them. And then hopefully at some point in time, we will have a border policy that says you can't come into this country illegally instead of the porous border that we have now. Look, I've been to that southern border, and I can tell you, you can believe the political rhetoric if you want on whichever side you want. I can tell you straight up, there is no border security. It's wide open, and the criminals are flooding across the border. The terrorists are coming across the border. Fentanyl that's killed almost 250,000 people in the last few years is coming across the border, as well as the methamphetamine, as well as the human traffickers. And he is just one example.
Watch TruBlu.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen, true crime documentaries, and exclusive investigation.